Good morning, and good morning, good morning. Good morning, everyone. How is everyone this glorious Sunday? Welcome, welcome, welcome to Unity of Tucson. I'm Dr. Jonathan Zenz. I'm the senior minister here, and we are a spiritual community that celebrates. And so if you feel like you want to move your body to our opening song, feel free to move your body. My eyes are wide and open. My eyes can see. My mind is filled with knowing. My mind believes. I am awake. I am awake. Once you know where your freedom lies, you can't go back and close your eyes. The truth that cannot be denied. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. My heart is clear and growing. My heart can see. My soul is full of knowing. My soul believes. I am awake. I am awake. Once you know where your freedom lies, you can't go back and close your eyes. The truth that cannot be denied. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. Once you know where your freedom lies, you can't go back and close your eyes. The truth that cannot be denied. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. Yes, yes, yes. Once again, good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to Unity of Tucson. As I said before, we are a spiritual center. Our whole purpose here is to celebrate in joy, to celebrate the love that we inherently are. Now, one of the things as you know, if you've been a regular part of our community for a while, you know that for the last several weeks, I've been inviting people to get out their phones at this point and make sure that you turn your ringer off. But if you would like to use your phone to take notes or to take pictures like Sherry is doing down here, and then post those pictures on social media, we can let the world know where the love is today. I love when I go at the end of the service and I go and I see the pictures that have been posted. It's really wonderful, so thank you for doing that. Now, our purpose here at Unity of Tucson is to provide a safe, loving, and inclusive space where all people can explore the principles of the New Thought spiritual path. That's what we teach here, New Thought spirituality. And I believe that through the exploration of those principles and the manner in which we adopt them into our lives, that we can master spiritual understanding, find personal purpose, and develop a spiritual path. I have found that the development of a spiritual path in my life and engaging in a consistent spiritual practice has enhanced the quality of my life, and I'm so grateful for it. It's why I ended up doing what I do. I've been doing it for a while now. Now, one of the things I also invite you to remember is that I'm not here to tell you what to believe. I'm not here to tell you what to think. You may hear things today that you don't believe, and that's okay. Things are going to butt up against our belief system. And the power of the New Thought spiritual philosophy for me is in recognizing that it is our beliefs that create our circumstances. So part of what we're encouraging everyone to do is to go on the exploration of what your belief system is, because your beliefs become your experience. So if something does butt up against your belief system here today, don't judge it, just recognize it, just notice, and you are allowed to be a skeptic. I think that skepticism is what leads to spiritual mastery. So yeah, I'm not here to tell you what to believe, not here to tell you what to think. I'm here to offer the teaching, and you get to decide what you would like to do with it. Now, at Unity of Tucson, we do have a vision and a mission at this, that's part of this community's infrastructure. That's a weird word. Part of this community's culture. That's what I will say. And I would love for us as a community to first say together these words of our vision statement. Let's say this together. We envision a world awakened to its magnificence. And the vision is a manner in which we may choose to see the world. The mission are steps we can activate in our lives to allow that vision to come into expression. So let's share together these words of our mission statement. Love only, forgive everything, remember who you are. Take a moment to reflect on that mission. Check in with yourself to see what feelings come up around those words for you. Love only, forgive everything, and I do mean everything. Remember who you are. And if you ever forget who you are, all you need to do is reach out to me, because I'm here to remind you. And I will always remind you of the truth of your being. Now, if you're joining us for the first time, I want to extend a special welcome to you. Let me first acknowledge and say hello to anybody who may be joining online for the first time today. If you're watching live on the Sunday webcast, or if you're watching at another time in the video archives, just know that your energy is felt as part of this experience here today, and I'm so grateful that you have decided to spend some time with us. If you go to unitytucson.com/connect, you can fill out some information there, and we will keep this conversation going. Now, if you're in the room and here for the first time today, and I just want to acknowledge that there are a lot of people who are in the room for the first time today, if you are comfortable with identifying yourself, there is something that we would like to share with you. So if you're comfortable with identifying yourself, would you please either raise your hand or stand up so that we can offer you a welcome and let you know what it is we know about you? Anyone joining us for the first time? Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And here's what we would like you to know. Here's what we know about you. Shall we, on the count of three? 1, 2, 3. You are magnificent. Yes, you are. Now, we know that about you. We claim to know that about you because one of the practices that we encourage here is to recognize that every person we encounter in our lives is a reflection of something inherent in each and every one of us. So as we recognize the inherent magnificence in other people, it is a reflection of the magnificence that is part of who we are. And so I think we should, every single one of us, exclaim for ourselves this affirmation. Let's say this together. I am magnificent. Does that feel good? Yes. I think we can say that one more time and have it even feel better. Here we go. I am magnificent. Yes, indeed. One of the magnificent ways that we celebrate here at Unity of Tucson each week is through a ceremony that we've adopted called Lighting the Flames of Faith. It is an acknowledgement that all spiritual paths, all religious paths, all spiritual ideas, they're all, as we teach, born from one common thread, and I think that that is a golden thread of love. And so each week, our keepers of the flames guide us in this beautiful ceremony. Here to do that today, please welcome Sue Crake and Beryl Varno.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We light a candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous people, the way of primal spirituality. We light a candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light a candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of surrender to divine love as the highest calling. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light a candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light a candle for all those who are as yet unaware of the power and presence of Spirit in their lives, and for the space that we are holding for them, and for all faith traditions unnamed in this ceremony. The final candle is the healing candle. It represents the feeling of divinity at the core of all experiences. This is your candle for whatever is in your mind and heart that requires the light.
Thank you, Beryl.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sue. If you're new to our community, this candle here is the peace candle. And we choose to keep the peace candle consistently illuminated as a reflection of a consistent illumination of peace that I believe is in our hearts and in our souls. And as each and every one of us allows our inner peace to inform our thoughts and deeds, our intentions, our actions, and our relationships, every aspect of our lives, right where we are, we become beacons of and conduits for peace to express throughout the world. So let's honor that understanding and the notion of world peace by sharing together this prayer for world peace. Divine love indwells each person and radiates from one to another. Harmony is established and peace reigns in the world. So it is. Thank you. It is always a delight to share the wisdom of our ecclesiastical leadership here. And each week I invite one of our prayer chaplains or one of our ministers to offer a reading to guide us in our monthly affirmation and also to guide us in the practice of affirmative prayer. So here to do that today, please welcome our prayer chaplain, Mary Alls.
Good morning. I have two quotes that seem to work together. One of them is by a horse, from The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and Horse by Charles McCleary. One of the greatest freedoms is how we react to things. The second quote goes right along with it. It's by Viktor Frankl, and he said, between stimulus and response, there is a space, and that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Evolution can happen at any time. How we choose to see things depends upon us. Here is where love all, forgive everything, and remember who you are fits into that moment. The more our choices come from these simple affirmations, the more it becomes a habit for us. Unfortunately, I'm having difficulty with that. So that's why I chose these quotes. So I know I'm not alone. But what I hope is when in a stressful situation, I can react a little slower. Maybe think before I open my big fat mouth. Some old responses are triggered sometimes, and I just react without thinking. Perhaps none of us choose our behaviors as much as we would like. First, we have to notice there is a space. And what if we slowed down just a little bit and savored that space and listened to our heart? Perhaps we could imagine a better reaction. I would rather choose love all, forgive everything, and remember who I am. Wouldn't it be terrific to choose this freedom to be kinder, wiser, and happier? Namaste. Now, we have this wonderful affirmation by Sue Crate. And I'm going to say it first, and then I want you to say it with me 2 more times. Guided by the infinite power of love, my spiritual evolution is certain. Now, all together. Guided by the infinite power of love, my spiritual evolution is certain. We can do better than that. All right, 3rd time's the best. Guided by the infinite power of love, my spiritual evolution is certain.
Let's just take this opportunity to center ourselves as we prepare for the practice of prayer. Allowing ourselves to breathe, relax, and allow. Finding that sacred space right at the core of our being.
So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. 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 I will share, 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 I will share this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love.
Breathe, relax, and turn your attention to your inner self. From this relaxed space, let thoughts focus on the infinite truth of being. One power, one presence, the power of love, light, life, wisdom, and ever-presence of the good. Reflect on the truth that God is our identity. God is I am. Everything is entangled, connected in every way. Divine power that exists in the infinite is the same power that exists in us. I envision a world where people slow down and savor their relationships so they remember to love all, forgive everything, and remember who we are. I see these positive acts of kindness traveling around the world, sending peace and love to every corner. Remember, wherever you are, God is, and wherever God is, you are. In accepting this gift of the prayer is answered, we are empowered in spiritual awareness and welcome that the prayer is fulfilled right now, not in the future, but right now. Amen. So it is.
I will share, share this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love, this love, this love, this love.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you. When I moved back to Tucson in 2018, I had been away for 21 years. For those of you who don't know, I was born and raised here, and then I left, was gone for a couple decades, came back in 2018, and wanted to find my way to reintegrate into community, and in particular, the community of which I am a member, the LGBTQIA community. And one of the ways that I looked to was to audition for, well, even though it's kind of an open, like, hey, you can sort of sing, come on in, and you can carry a tune. It's actually more, there's more to it than that, just to be clear. I had my voice checked. That's what it was. We're going to check your voice to see if you can sing. And lo and behold, I was able to show that I was able to sing. And I joined Reveille Men's Chorus, and I sang with them for a few years prior to my landing here at Unity of Tucson. When I landed here at Unity of Tucson, my experience of life became infinitely more complex and full, and I had to step away from Reveille Men's Chorus, but I have maintained communication with them, and I'm so delighted that they have decided to be part of our celebration here today. They're going to sing a couple of featured songs, and so I would like to welcome, please, Reveille Men's Chorus.
When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When the evening stars appear and Someday it seems like love's in short supply. Instead of understanding, what I hear is an eye for an eye. There's gotta be a better way. I'm primed to do my part, but starting today, from deep within my heart, I sing out peace, I sing out hope, I sing out boldly so that everyone will know. Life gets better, the future's brighter, burdens feel much lighter when I sing out. When I sing out joy, I sing out love. Here's my chance to show the world what I'm made of. With my voice I can inspire, I empower, I enlighten. With my voice I can heal my world from the very best part of who I am. I sing out, I sing out, I sing out, I sing out loud, I sing out, I sing out, I sing out, I sing out loud, I sing out, I sing out, I sing out, I sing out loud, I sing out, I sing out, I sing out, I sing out loud, I sing out, I sing out strong, I sing out sing, I sing out loud, I sing out, I sing out, I sing out strong, I sing out loud, I sing out, I sing out sing, I sing out loud, I sing out strong. We are the voice the world is waiting for, and so we sing like we've never sung before. We sing out peace, we sing out hope, we sing out boldly so that everyone will know. Life gets better, the future's brighter, burdens feel much lighter when we sing out. When we sing out joy, we sing out love. Here's our chance to show the world what we're made of. With our voices we inspire, we empower, we enlighten. With our voice we can heal the world from the very best part of who we are. We sing out, we sing out, we sing out, we sing out from our hearts. We sing
Reveille Men's Chorus. Woo. Take a moment and open up to an awareness of the sensation that you're feeling in relationship to the music. There's a physiological response we have to music. into the experience of music. And I am so grateful. I am so grateful. Today's message, I titled, if you get the weekly email, I titled today's message, "What Song Will You Sing?" What song will you sing? There's a lyric that really caught my attention in that song, I Sing Out. The lyric is this: "With my voice, I can heal my world. With my voice, I can heal my world." For me, that's pure New Thought philosophy. We are all empowered in consciousness. We all are part of an infinite consciousness. We are all empowered by, through, and as this consciousness. And the manner in which we utilize this consciousness to express ourselves in this world is a way in which we can heal not just our own world, but the world all around us. Charles Fillmore, the founder of the Unity movement, along with his wife, Myrtle Fillmore, they were the co-founders, he had this to offer. He said, "Fervent words expressed in prayer and song and eloquent proclamations of spiritual truth release the millions of electrons in our brain cells and through them blend like chords of mental music with the mind universal." That's what we just experienced. We experienced the release of these electrons in our brain cells through them, and they blend like chords of mental music with the mind universal. We are all part of that infinite wholeness. That is foundational in what we teach here in the New Thought movement at Unity of Tucson. Being part of the infinite wholeness is a call to each and every one of us to live up to that ideal. So what song will you sing? If our song, if our voice can heal the world, might we be utilizing our voice in some manner that is not a healing consciousness? I see that a lot around me. I try not to get lost in it too much. Happens still once in a while. It does happen still once in a while. But I must remind myself, this is my choice, I must remind myself to step back, to remember who I am, and to know that my voice, one alone in consciousness with the infinite, constitutes a complete majority. So right where I am, I become a conduit for changing the world. And what I'm looking for in this world is a world that is rooted in deeper kindness, deeper love, deeper expressions of peace. And that is what the mystics of the world have all invited us into. So what song will you sing? I choose to sing the song of love. I choose to sing the song of kindness. I choose to sing the song of peace in everyday interactions. And I trust and know that through my voice, I am setting forth a tone, a feeling tone in this world, and it is the feeling tone in which I find divinity. That is where I find divinity for myself. Where do you find divinity? Do you believe that there's a divine infinite power? You may not. That's okay. But I'm telling you, I think, you get to decide what you think, but I think that there is something greater at play than just this stuff. Because if we get focused on this crude matter, then what I find happens when we're focused on the crude matter is we forget who we are fundamentally, and we start to believe that the crude matter that makes up our existence, it takes over and leads to discord because my crude matter is not getting along with your crude matter. And so now we're in conflict. Well, where did the conflict start? It started right where I am. Conflict in my life, I have come to realize, is never about anybody else. It always starts right where I am. I choose to be in conflict, whether it is at the level of awareness or below the level of awareness. It is a choice that I am expressing through the manner in which I am utilizing my voice. So what song will I sing today? We teach in this movement that everything in the world of form is the outflow of that which is within our consciousness, within our minds, within our hearts. We teach a creative process. If we are looking to change our experience of life, What we teach here is that change begins right where we are, right within. And we teach that there's an infinite spirit that is not separate from us. It is the basis of who we are. It is the basis of who we are. Because here's how I justify it. You ready? If spirit or God or universal source or creative energy or whatever word you want to use, if that thing itself is infinite, we cannot be separate from it, because if we were separate from it, then it would be finite. So we cannot be separate from the infinite. So that means each and every one of us is this power and presence embodied as us. The wholeness of us is divine. The wholeness of us is divine. And as we impress our thoughts of love, our thoughts of kindness, our thoughts of peace into this thing we use some jargon here. We call it the law of mind action, the law of correspondence, the law of cause and effect. As we impress upon that law our thoughts, our intentions, our ideas, then we are creating our experience. So from spirit through the soul, we are experiencing the body. Through causative mental action into the law, we are showing up as effect. That which is within each and every one of us is reflected outwardly. Or, as that master teacher Jesus said, it is done unto you as you believe. Which is why every single week I start by saying, I'm not here to tell you what to believe. My encouragement is for you to figure out what it is you do believe, because then you are taking control and empowering yourself into a better life if that's what you so desire. It may not be what you desire. You may want to have a sucky life. I don't know. I'm choosing something else, though. You get to decide. The manner in which we practice that is through what we have formulated in New Thought circles as affirmative prayer, which is separate from prayer in traditional sense that many people think of as a traditional sense. We are not supplicating ourselves to a divine deity thing out there. In affirmative prayer, we are stating our truth as the infinite truth. And Charles Fillmore called prayer the most highly accelerated mind action known. There we are with that law of mind action again, right? We're activating the mind. Prayer is not about trying to make things happen, but to provide within us a path for the happening to unfold. Part of our process of prayer here is to invite us into the release of anything that obscures in the outer that which is within, to drop the veil, to allow our light to shine through, to no longer hide it under a bushel. So what's within? What is within each and every one of us? That becomes the question that I so frequently get asked in classroom settings. How do I know what I'm thinking? How do I know what my beliefs are? How do I know what is within me? I'm going to tell you the really easy way to figure it out. Many people don't like to hear this, but I'm going to tell you. You ready for the secret to know what's happening in your mind? Look at your life. Everything in your experience is a reflection of something within you. Now, is that to say that, if I'm in the southeastern part of this country right now that has been devastated by a hurricane, that I am to blame for that? No, because I'm not talking about blame here. I'm talking about our capacity to be responsive in any situation to the circumstances of our lives. I'm not to blame for the hurricane, but I am fully responsible for my relationship to the experience of it. That is how I make my life better. By observing and acknowledging my relationship to the circumstances of my life, and knowing that through my mental action, I can shift and change them. This happened for me in a very powerful way 33 years ago. And I didn't even know it. I was not in New Thought. I was a kid straight out of high school. And I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I mean, at 18, who knows what you're doing, right? You're like, oh, I'm out of high school. What do I do now? But one of the things that happened 33 years ago in 1991, I came out of the closet. And that has some relevance this weekend because this is Pride Weekend in Tucson, and we were represented at the Pride Festival yesterday. Unity of Tucson had a booth there. It was really hot. And it was very clear. We kept acknowledging to one another, those of us who were at the booth, saying, you know, Pride used to be in June in Tucson, and they moved it to the fall, I think because it was just too darn hot. I'm starting to think that we should do Pride in February. But on June 23rd, 1991, I went to my first Pride Festival in Himmel Park. Oh yeah, out on Hippie Hill. And I don't know that it was hotter then, but it was hot in June. But at the time, even though I didn't have a spiritual practice, I was an avid journaler. I had started journaling when I was in grade 7, mostly because I did a production of The Diary of Anne Frank when I was in junior high, and someone gave me a diary, and so I started journaling at that point in my life, and I've been an avid journaler ever since. But I wrote these words in my journal in relationship to that experience. I wrote, in this experience, I felt for what could be the first time in my life so accepted by all these people. All people around whom I could be fully myself. I have a feeling that is truly indescribable. I can really only say that it must be freedom. That's a song I was singing. I was singing the song of freedom in that moment. And then not knowing that I could maintain that song, I lost my voice for a while, and I have a journal filled with stories of trials and tribulations. What I have come to recognize is it is not the challenges that define me. I think many of us are taught that challenges define you, challenges give you character. Like when you're experiencing challenge, oh, that's going to be a character builder, right? I'm choosing something else. I don't need the challenge in my life to be the expression of love. I am defined by the song that I sing, the song of love, the song of kindness. Ernest Holmes said this, "Free yourself forever from the thought that God may be pleased by a life of sacrifice, that the world is any better because of your misery. We are not here to be miserable. We're here to sing our song of love." You, each and every one of you, every single person here, every single person online, every single one of us are the presence of Spirit. As Ram Dass, I think it was, said, you are God in drag. But the question then becomes, to what degree are you living it? To what degree are you living your God essence in the world? How are you choosing to show up in every interaction? Because if you're God in drag, I think that there's a core in you that is looking to express that divine nature. But boy, we're so good at covering it up. Another way to ask that same question, what song are you singing? What song are you singing? In that song I sing out, there are some considerations. I sing out peace. I sing out hope. Now, for those of you who know me and know how I feel about hope, just know that hope fundamentally means having only positive expectations. Ernest Holmes says hope is good. It's better than despair, but it is an unconscious compromise with the infinite. Something to think about, because the next step beyond hope is to be in a place of infinite loving faith. That's the call. The song continues, I sing out boldly so that everyone will know What do they know? Life gets better. Future's brighter. Burdens feel so much lighter when I sing out. So what song are you singing? What song are you singing? And are you in harmony with the divinity that exists universally? Harmony is the quality of forming a pleasing and consistent whole. I think that if we are in resonance with the infinite, then we are in harmony. We are forming a pleasing and consistent whole in our expression. And the counter idea to that is discordant, right? We can either be in harmony or we can be leading discordant lives, but there's no one who is going to teach that to you. There's no one who can tell you how to do that. It is up to each and every one of us to find that truth within our hearts, within our minds, and within our souls. The call for each and every one of us is to apply the principle so profoundly that discord dissipates in our experience entirely. And the two of the principles of the 5 major principles we teach in the Unity movement, 2 of those principles are, number 1, mind is creative. Our minds are creative. We're creating all the time. And the 4th principle, so that was 3, the 4th principle is prayer is how we direct mind. That is the tool that we teach to direct mind. And I think that for me, I'm going to sing my prayers more. Because to sing is to pray twice. You may have heard that attributed to St. Augustine. There's no good source to say that quote is attributable to St. Augustine, but I love the idea of it. To sing is to pray twice, because the song is inviting the harmony to be expressed, the harmony of divinity. And so how will you sing? What song will you sing today? Joel Goldsmith, one of the writers that we are studying in this Monday night class, Sherry mentioned the Monday night class during the meditation this morning. I've invited this class to read the book Practicing the Presence by Joel Goldsmith. It's an exquisite book. And as I say this, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know that we have copies of it in the bookstore, so you can check to see if there's a copy of it in the bookstore, but I recommend it as a read. Joel Goldsmith offered this. This is a long quote, so strap in. Joel Goldsmith said, "The principle of music is absolute." The principle of music is absolute. If, however, we fail to understand its principle and the sounds it produces turn into a jumble of discordant noises, we do not rail against the principle. We apply ourselves more diligently to practicing the principle until we become more proficient in its application. I'm going to say that again. Because I know it's a lot of word salad, right? The principle of music is absolute. If, however, we fail to understand its principle and the sounds it produces turn into a jumble of discordant noises, we do not rail against the principle. We apply ourselves more diligently to practicing the principle until we become more proficient in its application. In other words, there is an absolute creative source. The absolute creative source is just that, infinite, absolute. But if we fail to understand that principle of creation, that absolute infinite source, and our lives become discordant in a jumble of discordant noises and discord in our lives, what I find many people do is they rail against the principle. Why, God, would you allow this to happen in my life? That is not what we are encouraged to do in this philosophy. What we are encouraged to do in this philosophy is to remember the truth of our being. That 3rd aspect of our mission statement, remember who you are. You are the essence of love. And as we apply ourselves more diligently to practicing that principle, we become more proficient in its application. And we will find ourselves singing the song of love, singing the song of light, singing the song of life, singing the song of harmony, singing the song of kindness, singing the song of magnificence without even having to try to sing the song any longer because it has become part of our beingness. That's what I choose. How about you? In other words, Practice the principle. Pray until the prayer is answered. Develop the inner path through which the prayer may be answered. That is the work we are called to do. The path itself invites action. Oh, and that's the challenge for so many people. It's like, I'm going to pray. Here I am praying. Okay, why is my life not getting better? I can tell you why your life might not be getting better through the practice of prayer, because perhaps we haven't stepped beyond the intellectual exercise of it and into the feeling tone of it. I know that prayer is answered when I am impelled into action in my own life, when prayer invites within me that inner drive. And this is different from being compelled into action. I want to be very clear, because a compulsion into action sounds like I'm being coerced into action. So I find the impulse within myself to act when I am in the practice of prayer. That's how I know that prayer is working for me, because it wells up and overflows from within me the course of action I am to take. My favorite impulse as a result of the experience of prayer, what do you think it is? My favorite impulse as the result of prayer is love. Love only. Love only. What would it look like if we truly walked around this world expressing love only? In every interaction, even when someone cuts you off on the road, or the barista at Starbucks gives you the wrong change, or that person over there is acting unkindly, or see how easily we can get distracted by all the stuff around us, and we forget to be the principle itself, the principle of love. So I've hit love only. I've hit remember who you are. I'm going to save forgive everything for another day. That is legitimately about a month of talks. What song will you sing? What song will you sing? Today, as I've reiterated, I'm choosing to sing the song of love only. I am choosing to sing the song of forgiving everything. And I am choosing to sing the song of remembering who I am in every instance. And I invite you on that path with me. Peace and blessings. You're magnificent. Some of you will be very comfortable with the home practice today. If you are new to our community, I offer a home practice every week as an encouragement to put the principles we talk about into action in our lives. Because spiritual community without practice for me is not really valuable in my life. It is through practice that I have found myself changing my life. So I encourage everyone to engage with music every day this week. Actively listen to a song that inspires you. Allow yourself to get into the feeling tone of that inspiration. And I encourage everyone, this is where people are going to go, sing songs out loud. Sing songs out loud. And yes, singing in the shower counts. The practice is not for anyone else. The practice is for you, to let you get out of your head and into your heart. So engage with music every single day this week. We're going to engage with some music right here and right now. I invite us all to relax right where we are. Simply taking a breath and allowing an easeful countenance. Centering into the notion and the realization of the one power, the one presence, the one wholeness. Allowing the realization that there is only this divine essence. And this is who and what we are. And in this moment, I choose to surrender to it.
Surrender, let it go. surrender, let it all go. All the fears, all the doubts, all the pain, all the wounds, feelings of being alone, surrender, let it go. Let us take this opportunity to engage the practice of prayer. Simply, easefully opening up to that heightened awareness of the One. Acknowledging and allowing a concentrated focus on knowing that that is the only thing that exists. God is, I am, we are. This is my constant meditation to acknowledge the inherent divinity within myself, and I choose to see it in every single person I encounter. For there is only this one power and presence, this one creative impulse, this one creative source. There is God energy and nothing else. And so this is who and what we are. And I know that we are empowered through singing our songs of love, of light, of life, of peace, of beauty, of joy, of harmony. In every aspect of our being, I hold firm in faith that we are the creators of our world experience. And as we expand this creative nature from our center, that there are others who cannot help but be blessed by our expression and learn from our expression. And so right where we are, we become beacons for love, peace, joy, kindness, and harmony in this world. It is with infinite appreciation and gratitude overflowing that I simply allow the unfoldment of this, knowing that I am impelled into the action of love through the utterance of this prayer. I let it be so, and I affirm it by saying, and so it is. Amen. Don't you know God is here? 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 Let it all go. Open your heart, invite in the light. Open your mind, surrender. Let it go. Let it all go. Surrender the doubts and the fears. Let it go. Just take a breath and allow. I invite you to take out whatever it is you're offering our community today in terms of financial support, knowing that your financial support is loving support. And as you contribute to this community, we are empowered into taking this message and expressing it and expanding it in magnificent ways. And so remember that the act of giving is a spiritual practice in and of itself, and that the energy of money that you are
imparting upon these baskets, putting them in the baskets, or however you choose to give, whether it's by electronic means, that energy is God in action. And so let us activate that understanding and activate the principle. As the baskets do go around, we're going to sing our source song, and you feel free to move your body if you like. God is my source, God is my power, and I have everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, 'cause I have everything I need. Love is my source, love is my power, and I have everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, 'cause I have everything I need. Joy is my source, joy is my power, and I have everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, 'cause I have everything I need. Peace is my source, peace is my power, and I have everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, 'cause I have everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, and I have everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, 'cause I have everything I need. Yes, I have everything I need. Oh, here to guide us in the blessing of the offering is our wonderful prayer chaplain, Sherry Hoffman.
All right, all that loving energy that we just sang through us, let us point it toward these baskets of our offerings and say this together. We bless these gifts, and we see these gifts going out and blessing our community and the world. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Sherry.
You're welcome.
I think I'd like to know what's happening at Unity of Tucson. Can someone please let me know what's happening at Unity of Tucson? Here we go.
It's Sunday, September 29th, 2024, and here's what's happening at Unity of Tucson. It's tacos and trivia time here at Unity of Tucson coming this Saturday, October 5th. Join special guest Tempest du Jour for an evening of fun, merriment, and tasty tacos. Vegetarian option available. Today is the final day to secure your tickets in the Desert Light Bookstore. It's time for our next Unity of Tucson class offering. Foundations of New Thought, facilitated by Dr. Jonathan Zenz, is the perfect first class and starting point for anyone looking to deepen their understanding of the New Thought spiritual philosophy. Explore foundational principles and learn how to integrate them into your everyday life. This 8-week course will be held on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, starting October 19th. Don't miss this opportunity to build your consciousness and skills. Sign up today in the Desert Light Book and Gift Store. Are you interested in learning more about Unity of Tucson and what membership means? Join Reverend Jonathan after service today at 11:40 a.m. in Room 3 for our quarterly membership orientation meeting. This is the first step in becoming an official member of Unity of Tucson, so don't miss this important opportunity. Unity of Tucson is looking for volunteers to become our newest keepers of the flames and light the flames of faith during Sunday service. This fun and low-stress opportunity is perfect for anyone who enjoys performing on stage in a small but powerful way. Let our administrative team know if you or someone you know is interested. Have you secured your tickets for the Beyond Horizons Ball, Unity of Tucson's 2024 Gala? Join us on Sunday, November 3rd at the prestigious Skyline Country Club for an evening of fun, including a silent auction, a decadent dinner, and dancing. In the words of dancer-choreographer Martha Graham, dance is the hidden language of the soul. Tickets for this important fundraising event are $125 and on sale now in the Desert Light Book and Gift Store. Join Sophia, Sisters of Faith in Action, Unity of Tucson's women's group next Saturday, October 5th from 10 a.m. to noon in Harmony Hall for camaraderie, spiritual deepening exercises, and fun. Don't miss out on this empowering experience with fellow women of faith. And finally, don't forget next Sunday, October 6th, is Unity of Tucson's monthly post-service potluck. Bring your favorite dish to share and join us in celebrating October birthdays and anniversaries. Don't miss this chance to enjoy great food, wonderful company, and a joyful community celebration. You can find out more about all of our events, classes, and other ways to get involved in your spiritual community by visiting the Desert Light Book and Gift Store or online at unitytucson.com. Have a magnificent week.
Beautiful, thank you. I want to do a little follow-up on next week's potluck. Traditionally in our community, the October potluck has been a celebration of Oktoberfest, and so we will be providing bratwurst or veggie dogs, whichever is your preference. One of the things that we would like to know is how many we will need to purchase. So if you are planning to participate in the potluck, if you would like bratwurst or veggie dogs, please sign up in the lobby. Molly will be at her table out there to take your name. And if you know what you're going to bring in support of Oktoberfest, maybe some German potato salad is at the top of the list. I don't know. You get to bring what you want. That's absolutely fine. But if you do know what you're going to bring, go ahead and let us know that as well. So thank you so much for celebrating our birthdays, anniversaries, and Oktoberfest this year. I would like to invite Dee Brady up. She is the manager of Youth and Family Ministries, and she's going to let us know what happened with our wonderful kids today.
Today we had a puppet show. So we made.
I missed out on a puppet show?
You did, I know. We have such a great room. Everybody should come see what we do.
Yeah.
We made scarecrow puppets, and some of us made pumpkins and birds, and we talked about how a scarecrow stands tall and courageous and bold. And we also had new friends today. So we hope you guys come back and play with us again and learn with us again, because we always have such a great time.
Thank you so much. Grateful to have your consciousness working with our youth. I want to say thank you to everybody who made today's celebration so extraordinary. Let me first acknowledge and say thank you to our keepers of the flames, Sue Crake and Beryl Varno. Thank you so much for lighting the flames of faith. I would like to offer my gratitude to Sherry Hoffman for guiding us in meditation this morning, and also the blessing of the offering. Let me say thank you to Mary Alls for your reading, guiding us in affirmation, and also in prayer. Thank you so much. Mary and Sherry, sounds like I'm going to start a poem. Mary and Sherry are going to be here remaining in the sanctuary at the completion of today's celebration. If you would like a moment of prayer, they are available to you for what I like to call 1-minute miracles. You can also engage with prayer by submitting a prayer intention on paper in our prayer intention box in the lobby, or you can always send an email to prayer@unitytucson.com and know that your prayer intentions are prayed upon by our entire prayer chaplain team and the ministers, and they are subsequently also then sent to Silent Unity, Unity's worldwide prayer ministry in Kansas City, and they are prayed over for 30 more days, so lots of prayer. I would also like to say thank you to our hospitality team led by the extraordinary Mark Penterman. Thank you so much. Thank you for all you do. I want to say thank you to our greeters and our ushers. It takes a village to make this place happen. I want to say thank you to our technical team, Siraj, Jim, Aiden, Don, and Stella back there. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you to this extraordinary music team, Linda Ackerman, Rafael Carruthers, and Paul Gibson. Thank you. And I'm going to invite the Reveille Men's Chorus to start making their way back up. They're going to close us in song today, for which I am insanely grateful. And I want to say thank you to Reveille Men's Chorus. Come on up. I want to say thank you to Reveille Men's Chorus for bringing your light and sharing your gifts with our community. Thank you. I'm going to make my way down here because I want to be on this side today. Thank you guys so much. Before we say our final prayer today, I just want to acknowledge that the first time I heard this closing song was in 1997 when I saw the original Broadway cast of Ragtime in New York City. This is a song that is very, very close to my heart, and I'm so grateful that you are closing us today with this song from Ragtime. But before we do that, let us as a community share together this prayer of divine awareness. I am infinite light. I am infinite love. I am infinite power. I am infinite presence. Wherever God is, I am. Wherever I am, God is. And so it is. Amen. Reveille Men's Chorus.
Justice was denied. Make them hear you. Make them hear you. And say to those who blame us for the way we chose to fight, that sometimes there are battles which are more than black or white. And I could not put down my sword when justice was my right. Make them hear you. Make them hear you. Go out and tell our story to your daughters and your sons. Make them hear you. Make them hear you. And tell them in our struggle we were not the only ones. Make them hear you. Make them hear you. Your sword can be a sermon or the power of the pen. Teach every child to raise his voice, and then, my brothers, then will justice be demanded by 10 million righteous men. Make them hear you. When they hear you, I'll be near you again.
Thank you, magnificent, everyone. Have a good one.